Guys, I've been shitting so hard like all day today, it's not even funny. I'm about to eat some SpongeBob macaroni and cheese in like a few minutes too, so I don't think that's gonna help. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see my TV from here, hold on. Yeah, you can. I'm watching Gangsta Rap, the glockumentary right now. I don't know how many of y'all know what that movie is, but you've definitely heard the song from the movie.
I'm 100% nigga.
It's a classic, in my opinion. I think it's one of the best movies of all time, as in I've only seen 20 minutes of it, but so far. I've come today to talk about the wacky whack world of Tomoko headcanons. See, Tomoko is a character. Obviously, my whole channel is based around Tomoko. Profile picture, fucking all that good stuff. She's in like basically 90% of my thumbnails. But here's the thing. Tomoko is supposed to be a high school girl with very extreme social anxiety. She's just mentally ill in general. She has a hard time making friends, but you know, she tries. She doesn't succeed, but she tries. Besides Yuchan, who's always there for her, and she also has a crush on Yuchan. But so she's like bisexual, I guess. You know, she's bisexual. I don't know why I'm saying I guess, as if like her liking guys and girls doesn't kind of confirm that. But yeah, no, that's Tomoko. But I've noticed over the last few years, or well, how long has it been since 2019 when I found the show for the first time? Yo, peep this shit, my gangsters. Oh my lord.
Gangsters.
SpongeBob macaroni and cheese with no salt. So it's gonna be a little bland, but that was very bland. Wow. It's like that scene from Over the Hedge where he's just trying to convince himself that he likes it.
That was very satisfying.
I should have put a whole stick of butter in this shit, and that would have probably made it taste good. Case in point is what I was saying though. Tomoko seems to be portrayed on the internet though, however, it's just about anything but that. You know, there is obviously people that still portray her as like an awkward teenage girl, but I've noticed a billion other ways of people portraying her through whether we're calling it like talking fan art, edits, AMVs, whatever. So you know, today I decided why not make a whole video talking about all the different like headcanons and interpretations of Tomoko that are out there, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just we can all have some fun, dance a little jig, you know what I mean? Talk about some Tomoko, because who doesn't like Tomoko? Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I have a new pad. I now officially have entered the world of being low income. So here I am. I have my own one-room apartment. That's my bed behind me right there. And I have a minimum wage job. So we live in, you know what I'm saying? So Tomoko, despite what many people would like to describe her as, is not a NEET. She goes to school and she's like a teenager. I don't really think you can be a NEET. You can if you drop out of school and don't do anything, but like, you know, usually when you're 15, you probably have, you know, you're probably in school. You might have a little side hustle depending on where you live. You know, I think some state, well, they're in Japan, so I don't know how the employment shit works in Japan. But in America, most states you gotta be 16. Some places you can be 14. Some places it's 15. I don't fucking know. In my state, it's 14. So, but a very, very popular interpretation or representation, I don't fucking know what the word is. A very popular headcanon for people that like Tomoko is to portray her in fan art and edits as a NEET, as someone who's unemployed, not in school, not doing nothing. You know, portraying Tomoko is this like complete just bedrotter doing nothing with her life. But Tomoko goes to school, and I bet she gets good grades too. I think it's never really mentioned, at least in the anime. I will never read the manga. I haven't read the manga. I don't plan on ever reading the manga because she gets friends. What the fuck? We can't do that. That's fucking terrible, dude. I've said this like a million times before, but like the whole point of Watamode was that Tomoko was like the anti-slice of life protagonist. And then when you turn her into a basic slice of life protagonist, what's even the point anymore? I'm like, dog, you can't do that shit. That's not cool. But yeah, this is a very common thing you'll see on like Pinterest and like Reddit. People call her like a NEET femcel and like stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. It's not like completely inaccurate. Tomoko doesn't do much with her life. And when she's not in school, all she does is bed rot and sit around in her room all day. Fair enough. But here's the thing. I want to break this stereotype of NEETs for a second. Just because you're a NEET doesn't mean that you spend all your time in your room jacking off. You can be you can do anything. Well, you can be, you know, hiking all the time, working out all the time. You can be meditating. You can be fucking training in the hills with monks to become the next big Z fighter. I don't fucking know. Like, you can do anything with your time. You don't have to necessarily just be in your room doing jack shit to be a NEET. People that do like social media as like a career are kind of NEETs technically, but I don't know if that's considered to be like employment. They're making money, so it doesn't matter. Drug dealers are NEETs. That's another one. Drug dealers are actually able to financially support themselves. Technically, they're NEETs too. Just throwing that out there. Next up, the one that needs absolutely no introduction at all, racist Tomoko. There's so much art of Tomoko as a Nazi. I'm not sure who decided one day, man, but They looked at Watamote and said, "Man, this is good. She just needs to be a Nazi." Is a thing. There's a lot of art of Tomoko, either A, with Hitler, or B, as a Nazi. Hey man, game is game. Do what you gotta do. You know, I ain't dissing nobody. McDonald's / broke Tomoko. It's not necessarily McDonald's. There's Tomoko working at like Burger King and shit too, and like Wendy's and stuff. But like, the most common one is Tomoko working at McDonald's. I guess this kind of is like the step below neat Tomoko. There's like neat Tomoko doing nothing, and then there's broke Tomoko doing like the bare minimum. So I'm like, okay. And then one that's high-key kind of canon at this point, I think, lesbian Tomoko. Tomoko in the manga, I don't know this for a fact, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that the Watamote manga just kind of turns into a Yuri. I refuse to read the manga, but like, that's also a very popular headcanon with a lot of people, is that Tomoko is just completely lesbian. I imagine Tomoko is like a little like jitster, Black Air Forces, she listens to young boys, she sells cards, like she runs dudes' fades and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's like a complete fucking male. She's completely lesbian in my headcanon too, because she'd be out here like fucking hella bitches like that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just what Tomoko does. Dude, what is going on? Hold on. Oh, Chunky! What is this? Why is it like... It's going... You know, just fuck it. This is the new İzmit hairstyle. I look like that one guy, Dolly Flesh. Lesbian Tomoko's pretty cool though. You know, I kind of headcanon her as a lesbian, like fuckboy. I don't think you're a fuck girl. And Tomoko is like a young jitster. And then there's like autism Tomoko as well. You've seen the pictures of her with the autism hat. I know you have. It's like pretty common. This one's high-key kind of canon though. It's not confirmed that Tomoko is autistic, nor is it just because you have very strong social anxiety you're necessarily autistic. But when it's that bad, like as bad as Tomoko's social anxiety, you know, you could kind of infer, it's common amongst people with, you know, autism to have some strong social anxiety. Not always, but like, you know what I'm saying? So this one could be, you know, this one's debatable. You know, it could be like a game theory type of film theory. Sorry, film theory is Tomoko autistic. Make that shit. Matt Pass not even there anymore, but trust me, it'll be the best thing you've done in like the last like 8 years. I bet money, like I'm putting money on this. He's made like at least 5 or 6 videos about the Mimic by now. The Mimic came out like what, like 7 months ago, I think, a while ago. I don't fucking know. I wanted to watch Markiplier play it, but I just couldn't do it. New gen FNAF stuff is not for me. I think I'm just getting old. I don't fucking know. Oh, and then of course there's conservative Tomoko or MAGA Tomoko. Tomoko's not American, but in this headcanon she is. Once again, someone just had to look at Tomoko and say, yeah, this is good. She needs a MAGA hat. She needs to vote Trump. And I'm like I said, you do you, bro. Whatever floats your boat, that's totally up to you. This one's really not that deep. Like, it's just Tomoko. If she was a Trump supporter, what can I say? Shit. I think I made that, I'm not sure though. So okay, this one's really common. I'm actually gonna group these two together. Emo Tomoko and metal Tomoko, 2 different things. There's Tomoko, you know, Tomoko's got the hair covering the eye. She's got like some emo hair going on. So I can kind of see, this is a really common one, is portraying Tomoko as like an emo or like scene kid type thing, which I think is pretty fucking tough because high-key that was my headcanon from her since I watched the show back in 2019. And like, oh my lord, there's so much art up there of Tomoko rocking different band tees, which is why I'm also gonna group in like metal Tomoko too. That's different. That's definitely different. But I mean, it's both like rock Tomoko, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that absolutely like makes sense to me. Like if Tomoko was a real person, I feel like she would definitely listen to a lot of like post-hardcore, metalcore, maybe some grindcore. I don't fucking know what she'd be into. Or maybe she'd just listen to Vocaloid. I have no fucking clue. But like, I definitely can see all these like fan interpretations of Tomoko being emo or rocking like emo core, hardcore shirts. And of course like the metal shit too. That also I could definitely see like Tomoko bumping some like new metal or some like grindcore, some thrash metal, maybe even. Like I could see that. I could see that. And then Imperial Tomoko. It's Imperial Japanese. It's Tomoko rocking some Imperial Japanese soldier shit. Was she a kamikaze soldier? Did she? I don't know how you gotta educate me on World War II. I don't know if all of them were supposed to kill themselves at some point. I think it was like a Bushido code thing where like if they don't like kill yourself before surrender or something. I don't know how many of them actually did that. Like the Ninja Turtle, like what if we're not cool with the plan?
Just getting silly here. What if we're not into the plan?
Why am I glad I was not born during that generation? I mean, I'm not Japanese, so I wouldn't have had to kill myself, but I probably would have died in World War II for sure. If my skills in a war are anything like my skills in Fortnite, run up at them, miss like every shot, get one pumped. If we're going off of that, IRL, I feel like I would probably do everything I could to avoid a draft. Like, I'm gonna be super real. I don't know if a draft happened now. would they even draft me? Like, would they take me in, or would they take one good look at me and go, next house? Like, what exactly would happen? And if I did, like, what could I do to, like, okay, one thing I thought about, trans people aren't allowed in the military right now, I don't think. Maybe that's changed, I'm not sure. But you can't be trans and be in the military. I'm not trans, but I could be. Be like, hey, this guy right here, I think he's ready for World War III. And I'd be like, no, actually, I'm an it. I'm an it/she. Fuckboy. Imperial Tomoko. She's pretty cool. And then, of course, okay. This, I'm gonna do that one last, actually. So, 4chaner/Redditor Tomoko, forum user Tomoko, kind of grouped into the neat one because, like, a lot of the, like, neat Tomoko art is her on, like, 4chan or, like, on Reddit, which is fair enough. I feel like I could definitely see Tomoko saying some stupid shit on, like, R9K or something. But, like, the one that's for all the marbles here, most realistic interpretation of Tomoko, school shooter Tomoko. Listen, man, she got tired of not being popular. What can I say? I don't know how often that happens in Japan. Do they have a school shooting problem? I don't know if they have it the way that we do. But, like, hey, if it really gets to her, you know, if it really got to her, shooting up schools. What can I say? I got nothing. To end this video, here's Teto. I don't like the way her mic is just smacked onto her face there. Like, it doesn't even go underneath her hair. It's just there. That bothers me. Everything else about this plush is pretty cool. And I couldn't do her hair right. So I gave her, like, Princess Leia, like, cinnamon roll hair. Because you gotta do it yourself so you can unroll it and shit. So I had to style it, but I couldn't do it the way that you're supposed to, like your swirl tornado kind of hair she has going on. So I just gave her, like, Princess Leia, like, cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty tough, though. You can still recognize it. You look at this, like, that's Teto. Fat Teto. But, like, what can I say?